What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel with Generation Pips, and this is our weekly Forex analysis video. As always, whether you're new to trading or a seasoned pro, this video is going to be packed with some of our best trading ideas going into this week. So hit that bell, that subscribe button for your regular updates. I'm Eli, grab your coffee. Let's go ahead and hit these charts. All right, so first we're going to look at USD CAD on the weekly time frame. This is a great opportunity to potentially get into the market this week. On the weekly time frame, we can see that the market is sideways. It's going between resistance and support. We had a nice rejection off of this with a bearish engulfing candle a couple weeks back, and we're starting to push back down to the downside. I'm potentially targeting these weekly lows. So let's go into the daily time frame to get a better look at trading opportunities potentially this week. So we break this down to the daily. We can see that price was once pushing to the upside, identified with this trend line. We can take that away now. There's no need to keep it up there. We are now bearish after we came into this weekly area and we started to form that bearish structure to the downside. We can see that price also had support in this area as well that was recently broken last week. So knowing that that price was broken there on the weekly, also on the daily time frame with the support broken as well, I'm going to make the idea that we're going to potentially come back into this level of resistance and then go back down and test this area of support down here. And going down to the 4-hour time frame and get a clear look at what that looks like when we're trying to go into a trade. We're going to actually see that price here on the 4-hour time frame is showing a nice bearish sentiment. We can identify that with a trend line. Price is pushing to the downside. I'm going to look for price to pull back into that daily and 4-hour area and then potentially give us a short opportunity back down to the downside. That's going to be USD CAD going into this week. All right, so the next couple of pairs are going to be very euro heavy. Here we got Euro, Great Britain, Pound on the weekly time frame. And as we can see, that price is in a downtrend with this support right here was broken. And then now we're going to be waiting for a potential pullback to go back down to either these bottoms or this weekly bottom that we had down here. So let's go ahead and drill this into the daily time frame to get a better idea of what that would look like. So here on the daily time frame, we can see that support area once and twice. We also can see that weekly and daily area that we're going to try to pull back into going into this week. So going into the 4-hour, we would like to get our entry. We're going to go in here. We can see that price is already starting to form that bearish sentiment with lower lows and lower highs. So now all I'm going to do is patiently wait for price to come back into this area, give us some type of bearish pin bar, bearish engulfing, evening star to enter our trade back down to the downside. Very simple. I like this Euro, Great Britain, Pound trade going into this week. All right, so the last pair we got going into this week is going to be Euro, CHF. On a weekly time frame here, we can see that price is starting to form some bit of a consolidation between these highs and these lows. We're going to drill into the daily time frame to see if there's a trading opportunity going into this week. Here on the daily time frame, we can see that price is starting to form some bit of a bearish sentiment. And by that, I can see that price is starting to form pretty much a high, a lower high, and potentially another lower high. We've got a low and a lower low, also identified with that daily trend line. So going into this, we're going to see that price also has used this as resistance, support, and then we had a most recent fake out of that support there, and we had a nice breakdown. So I'm going to go down to the 4-hour time frame to see if we can get into some shorts going into this week. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that that fake out was right here, and on this 4-hour time frame, we're going to wait for price to pull back into that daily and that 4-hour area to give us a nice shorting opportunity going into this week back down into that daily and weekly bottom. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this week's analysis video. For more content, follow us on Instagram. That's going to be at GenerationPips. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button if you really enjoyed this video, and of course, please drop some comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys. Well, that's going to be good for us this week. Stay tuned for next week's analysis, and as always, happy trading.